And this is Cristina Bettesworth, who is a candidate for county commissioner in this primary election coming up. And she is going to begin by giving the viewers a 2-minute introduction as to why she is running for this position and what her qualifications are. Cristina.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Cristina Bettesworth. I am a teacher. I've been teaching and working in education since 2005. I'm very familiar with public policies. I have a master's degree in education and in administration. I really am striving to work for this Coos County Commissioner position because I see a lot of issues with currently what's going on in Coos County. I live here, I raised my family here, and I really want to see the best for our county.
What are the primary responsibilities of a county commissioner, and what relevant experience do you bring to the position?
So really, I think primarily I would be working for the people of Coos County, the citizens, to be the voice and bring about change of things that need to happen, such as crime and education, our local fisheries, many of the big things that I'm hearing from people of the county.
What three issues facing the county would be your highest priority to address, and how would you go about it?
Okay, so number one is the crime rate. I drive through Empire daily and I'm seeing a ton of crime, drugs, police officers are frustrated, and I really think that we need to get this cleaned up. I don't think that we have enough officers out there on the street. I don't want to see our jail closed. I really don't. I would like to see current funding directed more towards the police department and for our jail. I see a big problem with our local fisheries. I want to support our commercial and sport fishermen and all their conservationist acts for our local waterways. However, there's some frustration as ODF&W is stepping in and trying to shut down salmon harvest and closing our rivers such as the Coquille. And it's really important to me to keep opportunity open for the revenue that's coming into our county. Number three, I would like to see improvement in education. And being an educator, I've seen a very big cultural shift in the last few years, and I want to see more for our kids and more voice for parents.
What do you see as problem areas in how Coos County government functions, and how would you address them?
Okay, so one thing that really triggered me to want to run for Coos County Commissioner is that I see our conservative values of the county not really being acknowledged. Specifically, in this past year, there was a commissioner meeting in which two commissioners got up and felt unsafe. Well, we had Captain Fabrizio and Sheriff Zaney present, and they left, and they just didn't acknowledge the citizens who were in the room. And I felt that was very tragic, that we're working for those citizens and we want to see that change. And I really felt that they blew off what their job was, and then they publicized it on Facebook. And that's not really what a public official should do.
What is your 10-year vision for this county and our South Coast community? What role should tourism and recreation play?
Oh, I love that question. I really want to see more opportunity for tourism. If you look up and down the coast, all of the communities have a crab dock. I'd like to see Charleston, for example, have a crab dock or have it cleaned up to where tourists want to come and stay here, that they're going to feel safe here. So again, that goes back to that crime piece. I want the face of the county to be enhanced so that there's a desire to come here. And then the other part of the question, I would really like to see more recreation in this area. There was recently the high school state playoffs for basketball, and I read in the paper that the mayor of North Bend said that that brought over $1 million of revenue into the community, is what she projected. And what if we had a recreational facility for our youth, give them something to do, a safe place to do it in? What if we had a baseball complex like Florence? I have a lot of vision for the area, and I really think that we could do more to get tourists here and for our youth.
What role should the county commissioners play in developing new industries and businesses in the county? Is this an active or a passive role?
Well, I think that it would be a very active role, because I think that we need to vet places that are going to come in, make sure it's what's going to be good for our coastal economy and our coastal communities, that it's representative of what our culture is, that it's going to bring in jobs, something successful for us. And I really think that we should have a more of an active role in it, and not just passively let things in that are not necessarily going to go against what our vision is as a community.
What can the county do to aid the unhoused population with issues such as shelter and physical and mental illness?
So that's a big one that I think we need to look deeper into, some models that are successful, not necessarily just in Oregon. I've recently visited some other communities that had some varying options. I'm not sure that it would work here in Coos County. I've looked into it. It's something that I'm researching more. My concern is the amount of rain and the cold that we get, to make some of those absolute viable options, but that's something that I really want to defer for right now so I can research it further.
The present Coos Bay Estuary Management Plan was approved in 1984 and is in need of revision. What will you do to ensure the process that began several years ago will continue and include all available data from efforts begun under the Partnership for Coastal Watershed Steering Committee and the Coos County Planning Director, tribal, and other local partners?
Okay, so that's something that I would have to research further. However, I want to maintain that I'm very active in working to preserve our estuaries and our waterways. And that's actually one thing that I do right now with my job, specifically working with the Friends of South Slough and getting students educated and more knowledge about some of our local watersheds and estuaries.
With creation of an Elliott State Research Forest by the Oregon Legislature in the recent short session, Oregon State University is designated to manage the forest and lead its research program, fulfilling the interests agreed upon by the various stakeholders who helped shape a new future for the Elliott. What is your view of the solution arrived at by the legislature?
And that's something that I'll have to look into deeper.
What should the county do to address climate change in comprehensive land use planning, especially concerning forests and water quality and quantity?
Okay, well, I think that with the way we're doing permitting, we can catch a lot of that. And looking at some of our older systems, we can go ahead and fix some things like runoff that might be contaminating places. We can get scientists in to study and research and maybe take advantage of their knowledge.
How can you assure the citizens of the county that land use managerial decisions consider environmental impacts and that conflicts of interest are made public?
Well, I think that, again, through county commissioner meetings and public outreach, alerting the citizens to the issues and hearing back from them what they have to say about it will be our best way to fix it and direct its course.
All right, and now it's time for you to provide us a 1-minute summary of why voters should support your candidacy.
Okay, well, I want to take a common sense approach to being a county commissioner, and I want to do what's right for our county and make the changes that I really think that citizens want to be made. And I think that about sums it up.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.